The prosecution makes you an offer. Do you have to accept that offer? And why are you hearing about it if it's not a great offer? Hi, my name is Steve Fagan from the law firm of Fagan, Fagan & Davis, a criminal DUI traffic defense firm here in the Chicago area. Very often, people want to know, why are you telling me about this offer if you don't think it's a good offer? There is an ethical obligation on your attorney to communicate an offer to you that's being made in your case. Whether they think it's a good offer or not, you need to know about it. Why? Because no matter what I think about the case, it's not my case. It's your case. You're the one who has to pay the price and pay the consequence for a decision whether to accept or reject an offer made by the state. Things could get better or things could get worse, and that's not for me to judge. That's for you to judge. I can give you my opinion, and I have to give you my opinion. So, if your attorney comes to you with what you think is a terrible offer, why are you hearing about it? Very simple. There's an ethical obligation to tell you about it. The next question is it a terrible offer? Well, your attorney also needs to tell you whether it's a good offer or a bad offer, and why. Why is that? Because it's wrong for you just to accept the opinion of your attorney without knowing where that opinion is coming from. Unless your attorney has spent a great deal of time trying to get to know what are the factors that are important to you, as we do, your attorney is not in a position to judge whether an offer made by the prosecution in your case is good or bad at all. All of those decisions need to revolve around what are the important factors for you. But what if it's a great offer? Well, you might want to take that offer. An attorney might argue against it even if it's a good offer, and they may have very good reasons. You should hear your attorney out and hear what those reasons are. There have certainly been times where I've obtained an offer and my client thinks it's a good offer, but I don't. And I explain why, and I explain what the problems are. Either we agree or we don't agree. Sometimes I may be able to explain to a client how their needs are addressed and how their needs are met by a particular offer from the state, or how any fallout can be dealt with going forward, and that might satisfy a defendant in helping make the decision whether to accept or reject a plea. Sometimes after an offer, the right thing to do is walk away. An offer might be fair, but that doesn't necessarily mean accepting that offer is always the right thing to do. Sometimes going to trial is the right thing to do. And that really is a decision that needs to be made with the advice and counsel of your attorney, but ultimately by you. So no, you don't have to accept an offer by the prosecution, but your attorney does have a duty to communicate any offers, whether they're good or bad. Thank you for spending this time with me. Again, I'm Steve Fagan from the law firm of Fagan, Fagan & Davis, a criminal DUI and traffic defense firm here in the Chicago area. If you or a loved one is facing DUI, criminal, or traffic charges in Cook, Lake, or DuPage County courts, pick up the phone and give us a call at the number below, or send us an email. We'll be happy to discuss how we can help you.